Biz, you just mentioned the Caps. We might as well jump in on them. Last season, 80 points. They were 6th in the Metro, 25 out of 32 teams. Last time in playoffs, 2022. They lost in the first round to Florida. 75-1 to win the Cup this year. They do have a new coach in Spencer Carberry. They brought in Joel Edmondson via trade, Max Pacioretty on a free agent deal. Cap space, they're a little bit over, but again, it's still early. They could LTIR guys if they have to, but it feels like this is kind of going to be like the last run, this era of that team. I mean, they got Ovi. Willie got the nice big deal there, but Merles, let's go to you first on this. Where do you have the Caps going this year? Playoffs or whatnot?
Yeah, I got him out. I got him ranked 25th overall.
Wow.
I don't like them at all. I didn't like them last year. I had that call that they would be knocked out. I think they're only chasing the Ovi record. The one thing I'm looking forward to them, they signed this little guy, Phillips. You ever hear of this kid? He's in the AHL for Calgary for the last few years. He's a real big scorer. He could get on one of those top 2 lines with those guys, but I just don't see it. Like, Backstrom's not going to be that healthy. Like you said, Kuznetsov is...
What do you mean he's not going to be healthy?
He's coming back from the major hip surgery.
Impossible to come back from, in a sense.
Well, he came back last year from it.
I know, but he didn't exactly look great.
Well, he had a full season, off season to fucking get it rehabilitated. Do you think Patrick Kane's never going to come back from his hip surgery?
I just think that at Backstrom age and how long he's played and how that's the same surgery that that Jovo had, I believe. And now, granted, it's completely different situations, but he was not able to do it anymore. And I think Backstrom's like, yeah, right. If he's second line center and Kuznetsov's number 1, I just don't know how much production you're going to get. I don't have him making the playoffs. I don't have him as bad as 25th overall in the league as Merles does. The one thing I'll say is if what's his name? If Mantha actually does something and like plays hard and lights it up, and then they get Pacioretty and he's healthy and he could play well, and they basically need like a bunch of big years from these guys. You know what Ovi's going to do, but I just don't see it. I don't see on D them having that much. I know Sandin looked pretty good when he came over.
Yeah, they're a little thin on the back end.
Yeah, a little thin. And I guess you said if Kemper has a big bounce back year, Stanley Cup champ, that could happen.
That's the key right there. You never underestimate the heart of a champion, and they got a lot in that locker room. And you talk about guys who missed significant time last year. You talk about Backstrom, Kuznetsov missed time. Tom Wilson was out with a torn ACL. You obviously missed the heart of your power play and Carlson, who's feeding Ovi for the one-timers. Let's not forget about their center depth, too. Dowd's an incredible fourth-line center. They brought in Dylan Strome last year, who was able to get good reps because of Backstrom's absence, who's able to put up some good amount of points. Oshie missed time last year. They got some fucking good players in that locker room. I agree with you. They're a little thin on the back end. I'm excited to see what Sandin can do with being given that, 20 to 22 minute range with not getting mind fucked in Toronto, where he's, all of a sudden being handed the reins and then they take him off him and then hand him back. And then all of a sudden he's out of the lineup and he's back in the lineup. No mind games there. He's going to have a chance to flourish there. Love the Edmondson pickup. You just mentioned Pacioretty. So they have a lot of old veterans in that locker room. The Mantha thing, I feel like some nights he looks a little bit disinterested, but with him getting called out because it seemed like he was maybe going to be on the trade blocks, I think he's going to have a big bounce back year too. A lot of heavy bodies there. I think they're going to sneak into playoffs, and look out, they could do some damage. So I got Washington making it.
Wow. Biz got him in.
Can we not agree? Can we not agree that that's a sneaky, pretty good center ice? Like Dowd is a fourth.
If Backstrom can be what he once was, yes. But if he's laboring around and has lost a complete step, then you're looking at, all right, I like Dylan Strome, and Kuznetsov's kind of the ultimate wild card. If he wants to play, he's incredible. If he doesn't, he's nothing.
Get him the wolf.
If you're correct in your statement that Backstrom had this full other offseason and he'll be back to the Nicholas Backstrom we've all seen, then yeah, that's a pretty sick center lineup if Kuznetsov decides to try. If not, it could be ugly.
And we haven't even talked about that Sonny Milano. Like he started showing some good signs of finally finding his NHL game. And I like their team. I like their team, especially with a long off season. A lot of time to get some rest, get back in the gym, get training, get healthy. I like them. I like the Caps.
Gee, what do you have the Caps this year, buddy?
I didn't have them as a playoff team 5 minutes ago, and Biz just made a very, very, very convincing case.
I still don't have them making the playoffs, but Biz, that was incredible
Thank you.
job. Like
Thank you.
I'm on the borderline there. So no playoffs, but Biz made a very compelling case, and I think they're going to be better than they were
should put me
last
on
year.
the fucking payroll after
They
that
should.
stroke sesh.
They should.
Yeah, I don't have them getting in either. It was a tough year for them last year. New coach. It does feel like I don't think they're just playing to get over the record here. They still have some good parts there. Carlson's still there. The D is, not one of the better ones. Carlson back. He's obviously a huge key part of that. But yeah, I just don't see them getting in. But you did mention Grubauer. I'm sorry, Kemper. I get them too confused all the time. If he can have
So
a
do
bounce
I.
back, they may challenge, but I just don't see it from right now. Time to move to the Carolina Hurricanes.
One last
yeah.
thing. Ovi is 72 away from tying, 73 from breaking it. How many at the end of the season do you think he needs? Basically, how many do you think he gets this year?
I think he gets 40. I think he'll have 32 to go.
Yeah, I think he'll be between 40 and 45, I would say. So